Hello and welcome to my multimedia project. My name is Brianne Ziegler and this is for Journalism 3751. Big data is everywhere. At every moment, information is being recorded, processed, and stored, and it's up to algorithms to make sense of it all. Today, I hope to give you a better understanding of what exactly big data is and how it's changing the world we live in. Today, I'll be discussing what big data is and how algorithms are involved. I'll explain in more detail using Netflix as an example. I then want to examine how big data is transforming the lives of college students in particular and the effects it is having on our healthcare system. Now, you may be wondering, what even is big data? And what does it even consist of? It's actually quite simple. It's exactly what the name implies. Big data is, in fact, a bunch of data. More specifically, it's an extremely large data set that can include just about anything you can think of. This can range from collecting what kinds of shows you like to watch, to how you're doing on your homework assignment, to even your medical records. IBM, one of the world's leaders in big data, describes it in terms of the 4 V's: volume, variety, velocity, and veracity. Volume refers to the amount of data being collected. IBM predicts that by 2020, 43 trillion gigabytes of data will be created. This is an increase of about 300 times since 2005. Variety showcases just how many different forms of data there are. There's over 4 billion hours of video on YouTube, and about 400 million tweets are posted each day. The velocity aspect focuses on how data is constantly streamed and analyzed. Whether it's the 1 terabyte of data being exchanged at every New York stock trading session, or the 100 sensors you have in your car, data is being used in almost all aspects of our daily lives. And finally, veracity refers to the inaccuracy that can come from trying to analyze large amounts of data sets. It is estimated that poor data quality costs the U.S. economy about $3.1 trillion a year. Now, I know this just seems like a lot of information being stored, so you may be wondering, how do you make sense of it all? The answer is algorithms. An algorithm is a set of rules to be followed in calculations, and when it involves large data sets, it's usually done by a computer. They can sort all of the big data collected and make useful patterns and conclusions about them. Now, I'm sure many of you out there watch Netflix, and you may be wondering, are they using your data for their algorithms? The answer is yes. Netflix extensively records information about their users. They do this by utilizing cookies in order to gather big data and process it through their algorithms. Cookies are little packets of information that are created when you use your browser to visit a website. These cookies keep track of your movements within the site and can help you resume where you left off and help you remember your login information. They also give the site information about your preferences and other customizable functions. Netflix utilizes performance and functionality cookies. These cookies are not essential, but they help Netflix to personalize and enhance your online experience. For example, they remember your TV show and movie preferences and prevent you from needing to re-enter information you previously provided. Netflix also uses these cookies to collect information such as popular pages, conversion rates, and viewing patterns about their visitors' use of the Netflix service so they can enhance and personalize their website and conduct market research. Netflix claims that the deletion of these types of cookies will result in limited functionality of their service. Now that we've covered the basics, let's discuss how big data is working to change several large aspects of our world. Let's begin with how big data is affecting the lives of college students in particular. Many college campuses across the country are beginning to utilize big data to create more efficient ways to teach course material, keep students on track of their academics, and guide students to potential career decisions. New online homework programs are giving students a fresh way to learn course material. Rather than sitting through a lecture given by a professor, students are able to learn material and complete assignments on their own time and at their own pace. These new online homework programs use big data to determine which topics the students understand and which topics they need more practice on. From this information, the programs design practice material to help students by catering to their individual needs. As more and more technology is produced, the role of the professor comes into question. What are they needed for when a computer program recommends the next lesson to be taught? Could we potentially be seeing robots replace teachers in the future?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
At Austin Peay State University in Clarksville, Tennessee, robot advisors are being used to suggest courses that they believe students will succeed in. They are even making suggestions for which majors would best suit their students' strengths. Similarly to how Netflix suggests new shows to watch based on your previous viewing history, Austin Peay State created a course recommendation system called Degree Compass that pairs students with courses that best fit their talent and area of study. The model uses algorithms to combine hundreds of thousands of past students' grades with each incoming and current student's transcript and standardized test scores. This information is compiled to make individualized course recommendations for each current student, ranking them on a 5-star scale. Degree Compass also provides a number of enterprise-scale reports that provide strategic information to department chairs and advisors. These reports provide data that enable targeted interventions. The university utilizes an early alert system at the beginning of the semester by using algorithms that project predicted course grades. This helps to identify students who would benefit from tutoring support or academic mentoring. Austin Peay State isn't the only university to use this sort of predictive technology. Arizona State University utilizes an e-advising program that alerts students when they are getting off track in their courses. Let's take a look at this video about ASU's e-advising program to get a better idea of exactly what it is and how it is helping their students.
The e-advisor system is designed to help you figure out what fits you as an individual, as the thing that will make you the happiest and maximize your contribution.
It's a semester by semester tool, and there are what we call critical courses. They're milestones. If I need to make sure I take this course by this semester in order to graduate in 4 years, to be on track to graduate in 4 years.
This helps everybody the same, okay? Because everybody, no matter what your background, has the same issue of trying to figure out what to major in, what should I take, is it the right path for me, is it going to be what I want to do in life. All students at this age have the same problems.
You could relate it to a road trip. You're on a road trip and you need a map to know where you're going, and if you don't have a map, then you're just driving around not finding out where you want to end up.
If you take random things and you don't do well, what happens? First, you're not making progress towards a degree. Secondly, if you don't do well, you figure it's you. Okay? Rather than it could be you're in the wrong courses, you're in the wrong major. So you really, the most important thing is to get students into the right majors as fast as possible.
We want you to be successful, and we want you to get as much as you can in that time frame.
The university is all about you and finding your path to what makes you successful and happy.
As you can see, Arizona State's e-advising program utilizes big data and algorithms to help students start in a field of study that they can succeed in and gives them the tools and guidance to get there. Through their course suggestion programs and e-advising, Arizona State University has reported that their retention rate rose to 84% from a previous 77%. Now that we've explored how big data is revolutionizing college campuses, let's switch gears to the topic of healthcare. Big data has affected nearly every sector of our world, and medicine and healthcare are no exception. Big data is being utilized in every major step of the healthcare chain, which includes prevention, diagnosis, and treatment. Here at this busy gym, odds are someone has a Fitbit, Jawbone, or other smart device that is tracking their fitness patterns. Devices like these can document how many steps you took in a day, your heart rate, and even how much sleep you got. Apps and devices that help track and monitor chronic ailments such as heart disease and diabetes are currently being developed. After syncing with the smartphone, the fitness data is stored. Researchers are beginning to use this data to better understand the intersection between lifestyle and disease. And because many patient behaviors are self-reported, there has been known tendencies of patients to lie about their lifestyle habits to their doctors. With technology like this, more accurate data can be provided to researchers. Another form of prevention by utilizing big data comes from hospitals in Paris that are currently trialing big data learning machines in order to increase their staffing and resource efficiency. These hospitals have crunched together 10 years' worth of hospital admission records to produce day and hour level predictions of the number of patients they expect to come through the door. Using predictive analytics can allow hospitals to schedule their staff more appropriately in order to prevent them from becoming overwhelmed with patient demand. The next step in the healthcare chain that big data is having a big impact on is diagnosing. With health records becoming more and more digitalized, it is easier for doctors to pull up their patients' past medical history. Big data plays into this digitalization of health records because now big computers, such as IBM's Watson, can analyze patients' medical history and current symptoms to help doctors develop an accurate diagnosis. Algorithms with machine learning capabilities are proving as effective or more effective than human diagnosticians in spotting cancers in test results. This leads to the potential for catching diseases at much earlier stages, thereby increasing the likelihood of successful treatment. The final way big data is impacting healthcare systems is with treatment. With the large number of personal patient history available, big data programs can customize a treatment plan for a specific individual. For example, before a doctor prescribes medication, he can review his patient's medical history and notice that his patient has had a history of substance abuse. From this insight, the doctor can develop a safer treatment plan or enforce careful monitoring. Companies such as IBM are working on creating a deep learning algorithm that would analyze all existing medical research on any given topic and synthesize all the information it gathers. It would then summarize that information for the doctor, who can make the best treatment choices for their patient. This would dramatically cut back time doctors spend on researching all of their patients' medical topics themselves, while still compiling an immense amount of information, leading to faster and more effective treatments and happy and healthier patients. This is why big data is such an important and interesting topic. Although we only discussed a couple of examples today, it is important to remember that big data is everywhere, and the more we understand it, the better we will become at reaping its benefits. Thank you.